Hello YouTube fans, it's your boy Brad here with another video. I want to do a review of this lens that I won on YouTube under Christopher Frost, who's a lens reviewer, an independent lens reviewer on YouTube. I encourage you to check his channel out. I will have his channel linked below. Does wonderful lens reviews, honest lens reviews, saved me a lot of money. Not wasting money on things that I did not need, or overspending on the lens that was, it might be the top lens, but a lens that will work best for my business. But again, I've won this lens. The name on the front of it, again, it's a Yongnuo lens. Let me take the lens cap off, even though, let me mention, I don't know what that says, but you can see it as well as I can. This is the, we're not going to be able to see that. Let me adjust for the light here. Maybe we can see that. This is the YN, there we go, 50mm F1.8S DSM lens with a 49mm front thread. It's on my Sony A5000 camera, and I just want to kind of show, hopefully quickly, something that I found interesting about this lens. It comes with a nice hood, lens hood that's very nice. Almost feels like metal, but I think it's plastic. I'm gonna pop that on there. There we go. And I want to show something in the camera that I thought was interesting, that the lens does. Have my little subject there, but I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna point. Let me get in the right place here. I gotta back up just a little bit so I can see my monitor. Here we go. I'm gonna point it towards, and I'm not touching any buttons, but you see the lens breathing back and forth. It is set right now on autofocus single, and I just thought that was kind of interesting that the lens does that. Make a little adjustment here. I'm setting manual basically on everything. If you press the button, shutter button, down part way to get a focus, autofocus single focus is just fine. It will lock every time on what you need. So this breathing back and forth, I took my finger off the button again, and hopefully you can see it's breathing back and forth. It constantly does that. I don't know why. I'm gonna change the focus mode. We go into the menu, and we're going to go up to camera. The shooting mode is in manual. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go again. Sorry. Camera settings. Focus mode, there we go. We're going to change this to continuous. Right? Okay, we're in continuous now. And let's see what happens. Now, for some reason, I'm pressing the button. And continuous, I cannot get it to lock. I don't know if it's maybe I need to do an update. I'm not sure if I can. I've never looked in the firmware in my Sony A5000, but it will not lock. I'm gonna change the exposure here and make it a little darker, make it more contrasty, and it still would not lock. I'll go even darker. That's a maximum 4,000 of a second that the camera will do. It will not lock. Let's lighten it up. Let me see. I'm gonna go. See, now we know we're about one stop over exposed. So I'm just trying to show that if the exposure doesn't seem to be making any difference on it locking. Let's go back into the menu. We're gonna go from change that focusing mode to DMF and see, will that make a difference? Here we go. You see it's still breathing back and forth, and DMF works. But I think DMF only, we'll focus that to the, it's single focus mode when it's in DMF. See, I'm just holding the button down. I'm sitting it out a little bit. I'm holding the button down, and so there's no continuous focus in DMF mode, but it will focus in DMF mode. I think there was there another mode there? And then of course we just have manual focus, and of course that's not the issue. In manual focus, when you turn the focus ring, it automatically zooms in, and then if I touch the shutter, it zooms back out. If I hold the shutter down, holding the shutter button down, and I turn, it zooms in, so you can get a fine-tuned zoom in. I kind of wish, I'm sure, there might be a setting in the camera where you can change that, but just showing you that's what happens. Kind of hard to do this in the light. You release and you zoom back out. Of course you can, and even if I'm not, show you that, even if I'm not touching the shutter button, as soon as you turn that, it zooms in. As soon as you move the focus wheel, it zooms in. Once I touch the shutter, it'll zoom back out. So yeah, guys, just want to show you that. Have to maybe investigate it a little further, but just wanted you to see this breathing that happens. We're going to go back to autofocus single, and if you can see that, it just sits there and breathes. It's extremely quiet, even though in that process, if you can hear anything, you can't hardly hear anything. It focuses extremely quietly. There's just a very light whine that it makes, but just kind of want to show that, and so you guys can see that. If you guys have any suggestions, any ideas, or you guys know what I'm missing here, please post below. Y'all have a blessed day.